Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to talk to you about how to position yourself in the mobile market. It's a fast-changing market. It's a market that matters enormously to you in the book publishing industry. And I want to talk to you today about who are going to be the winners and losers. And my perspective on this is based on having worked for content companies like Sky, building their mobile operations, and also running the content businesses for operators like Vodafone. It's got nothing to do with my name, by the way. So what we're experiencing at the moment is an enormous market being born. The mobile internet space is going to be the place where fortunes are going to be won and lost over the coming years. And we're not just talking about small entrepreneurial companies, we're talking about the large incumbents like the device manufacturers and the mobile operators whose fate is going to be shaped by the way this market plays out. And that's really important to you in the book industry, as you need to have a view on how the market is going to play and which people you need to be backing and who the winners and losers are going to be. And I would suggest that what we're going to experience over the coming years is a brutal battle. It's going to be a fight to the end. This isn't Colonel Gaddafi. This is the publishers the mobile operators, the device manufacturers, the platform operators, all battling for control of the customer. So I would suggest that we look at a number of different parts of the market and have a view on what's going to happen, and then use that as the foundation for figuring out how to position yourself. So some of these points have been made earlier today, but I want to add a little bit of layer and context and give you perhaps a slightly different perspective on how I see this playing out. The point's already been made today that the operating system is absolutely key in terms of who is going to win and lose in this space. So we've already seen Apple and Android make enormous progress. If you look at the stats, Android grew by nearly 400% last year, Apple by over 80%. These are the people who have momentum. And I think it's fair to say that Apple and Android are going to be the dominant operating systems of the future. Why this is important to you is the operating system has the biggest influence in terms of how the customer discovers, experiences, and buys content on mobile devices. So the operating system owners are also the guys who are likely to have the dominant storefronts in the mobile space. So I would suggest that we're going to see Apple and Android become the dominant storefronts, with Amazon as well clearly having an opportunity to leverage its very substantial customer base and brand into this space. So for the other guys in the market, I think it's going to be really tough. I mean, Nokia have teamed up with Microsoft, and they will make a good go of it over the next few years. But I think in this space, what we're going to see is a limited number of players being successful in the long run. So we've talked a little bit about storefronts and operating systems. The other kind of key dynamic, just to understand and take a position on, is in terms of the device market. Now, we've heard already today that smartphones are going to penetrate the mass market. That's without doubt. But my view here is we're going to see a mixed economy. We're going to see smartphones coexisting with tablets and with a number of other specialist single-use devices. So we're going to see PlayStation phones and other devices tailored for specific use cases, for specific customer needs. And the way I suggest this is going to pan out is you're going to have customers who have one device as their principal device for experiencing book and published content. I would suggest that's going to be the tablet. And smartphones being used as an ancillary device, if you like, to kind of top up the experience. So why that's important, I think, for the book publishing industry is context is extremely important in thinking about what kind of product you deliver, how you price it, and how you position it to customers. And that the way that you deliver content to smartphones versus tablets, I think, needs to be different. So finally, just a couple of points about services. So in this fast-changing market, we're going to see a number of new businesses created from scratch that will be extremely valuable. The next billion-dollar businesses are waiting to be created, and businesses that take advantage of the unique capabilities of mobile, whether that's social, location, or other features that are inherent in the device or the network, will win big. And those businesses are going to be created over the coming months and years. Now, in the book publishing world, the opportunity is there to create some big businesses if you offer content that is offered in a kind of social or a location-specific manner. So finally, just a quick point about access. Now, access matters for a number of reasons. The assumption is often made that the vast majority of content experienced over mobile devices is going to be experienced through the mobile operator networks. I would suggest that what we're going to see is a pretty substantial growth in access over Wi-Fi, and what that means is that the mobile operator, whilst an important partner, isn't the only way of delivering your content to customers. And there are other content companies out there, Sky in particular, who've recognized this and have invested in their own Wi-Fi networks to guarantee access and distribution to customers. So that's a quick kind of summary or pen portrait of how I see the market evolving. I just want to talk very briefly about what I think it means for publishers. So just in terms of product, I think an interesting and potentially useful way to think about this is segment the product you offer into product that's best delivered via ebooks or product that can be experienced as interactive multimedia experiences. Now, there's good evidence of that happening already, but I would suggest that there are opportunities to invest further in apps and other interactive experiences in certain segments of the market. And if you don't do it, you can bet your life that other people will. So, for example, in the travel space, I would expect some very substantial businesses to be built offering travel services to customers who are on holiday. Now, those services could be offered by publishers, or they could be offered by other players in the market. I mean, the choice is yours. In terms of distribution, I mean, I think what we're going to see here is enormous concentration in the market. Apple, Amazon, and Google. Now, that's a situation that you can live with, or you can try and foster and seed additional competition to the market. Now, there are a number of tablet OEMs out there that don't have a storefront proposition already in place. So the industry potentially could get together and figure out how to offer that proposition and to seed some additional competition. And then in terms of marketing, my suggestion here is to think about context. So we talked a little bit earlier about the variety of different devices that are going to be on the market. Think carefully about how to price and package your product so that it's offered in the most compelling way for that particular device. And finally, just in terms of investment, a couple of thoughts here. So whilst it's fair to say that business models are unproven and it's hard to know exactly what return on investment you're going to make when you invest in products for this environment, my suggestion here is to invest ahead of the curve, as there are other players who are entering the market who will deliver breakthrough products. Once you've got something that seems to be working, you've got a good test case, then my suggestion is to invest and aggressively roll that out to as many customers, as many markets as possible. So there is a very brief summary of how I see the market playing out. It's one I think you should all take an active interest in, and I think it's important that you take a view on what the outcomes are and make your own bets on who the winners and losers will be. Thank you very much.